into joule per gram. Instead of Kelvin, here we are using degree Celsius. So per degree Celsius, we can make it like this. So mass of flowing water. So mass of flowing water is this 3 liters. 3 liters means nothing but 3000 grams. Okay, mass of flowing water 3000 grams per minute. So now, so the total heat used, we have to measure the total heat used, which means we have to utilize this formula. So now we can make it like this. Okay, total heat used means they are asking delta Q. So then delta Q is equal to ms delta T, right? ms delta T. So S is nothing but specific heat capacity, right? So the specific heat capacity of water, this one is S. Okay, right? So now what are all the data we are having? M we are having, S we are having, delta T we are having. So then we have to substitute everything in the formula and we'll get this. Substitute. So M is nothing but 3000, okay, right? Into S is nothing but 4.2 into what is that? Temperature. Temperature is 50. So now what is the formula? See, what is the answer? What is the answer? So, anyone? 3000 into 4.2 into 50. So it is 6.3. What is that? 6.3 into 10 to the power of 5 joule per minute. So what they ask? So they ask the rate of consumption. So the rate of consumption they ask. So the rate of consumption means, so we are having the heat. So we are having the heat of consumption. So we have to divide it both, right? So rate of consumption. So we'll make it like rate of consumption equal to, so it is nothing but 6.3 into 10 to the power of 5 joule per minute divided by 4 into 10 to the power of 4 joule per gram. So then it is 15.75 grams per minute. Yes, rate of consumption. So we already found this one, heat. So now rate of consumption is 6.3 into 10 to the power of 5 joule per minute divided by heat of consumption. So then rate of consumption is 15.75 grams per minute. Okay, right? So this is the formula for specific heat capacity. So the problems will be asked like this. Okay. Shall we go for next slide? So thermodynamic state variables. So thermodynamic state variables means describes equilibrium states of systems. So the various state variables are not necessarily independent, right? So the connection between the state variables is called, so you don't want to confuse state variables are nothing but pressure, volume, temperature. So we have to relate these variables by the formula PV is equal to nRT. So R is real gas constant and N is number of moles. So P is pressure, V is volume and T is temperature. Okay, right? So again, we're going to see about thermodynamic process. Thus, there are so many. There are thermodynamic process like isothermal, isobaric, isochoric, adiabatic. So, but you might be familiar about these four: isothermal, isobaric, isochoric, adiabatic. But so there is one more thing is quasi-static process. So quasi-static process is nothing but it's a very slow process, very slow process in which system changes its variable like pressure, volume, temperatures, or everything will be variable. So slowly such that it remains in thermal and mechanical and chemical equilibrium, right? So it should be equilibrium with the surrounding. It might be like thermal, mechanical and chemical. So throughout. So by this infinite slow variation, how we can see here a piston, we are slowly increasing the weight upon the piston. Means so we are by putting some sand. So if you put some sand like this, it will slowly increase the weight and the pressure, volume also increase, and the temperature also varies, but it will have a lot of time to share the temperature with the surrounding, so that it will be every time it is. So surrounding is a cold reservoir, so that's why so it will be in thermal equilibrium with the surrounding. So the sand particles added slowly. It's this such type of slowly increasing is the pressure and thermal and making thermal equilibrium with the surrounding is said to be quasi-static process. So okay, so the work done by the gas by increasing the volume from initial volume to final volume is given by work done. You have to note this formula. This is very important formula. W is equal to integration from initial volume to final volume. So the pressure P dV. Okay, pressure dV. So Mayer's relation. So here I have to remember. So Cp. Well, this is nothing but specific heat capacity only. So what we saw here, the specific heat capacity C. Same thing here. So but what the Cp means? Cp having constant pressure and V means constant volume. Cv and Cp. Okay, right? This is the Mayer's relation. So we will get this formula in exams also, but we have to remember this formula. I will give these problems tomorrow. Okay, right? So Cp is the molar specific heat capacity and Cv is the molar specific heat capacity at constant volume. So types of thermodynamic process. Now there are four types like isothermal, isobaric, isochoric, adiabatic. So what is iso? Iso means so there is a constantly maintaining. So isothermal temperature is constantly maintained. So the isothermal having temperature constant. Isobaric bar means pressure unit. So that's why isobaric pressure constant. Isochoric means so volume. So volume constant. So right, adiabatic, no heat flow between the system and the surrounding. So there won't be any exchange of heat from the surrounding. So that is adiabatic. So here, what are the differences between isothermal, isobaric, isochoric, adiabatic? So we will see. In isothermal, the temperature is maintained, right? So in isothermal, the temperature is maintained constant. So which means PV is equal to nRT. So nRT. So n is also n is a it is a number of moles. So no problem with that. And R is a constant, and temperature we made it constant. That's why nRT whole thing will be constant, and PV, P pressure and volume will vary. So now, like that, it is said to be isothermal process. So the gas goes from one equilibrium state to another equilibrium state. Like first, initially it is having pressure 1 and volume 1. So then again it is changing to some other pressure P2 and volume 2. So, but it is telling that if the pressure and volume also changes, but it maintains the same temperature, because PV is equal to nRT. So then P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. So first law of thermodynamics for isothermal process tells that Q is equal to W. Means whatever heat we supply, so the work will be done. So again, in second law of thermodynamics, they will prove that it is wrong. But for now, we have to follow first law of thermodynamics. Can be written as follows, like Q is equal to W. So work done. So work done for isothermal is nothing but you have to note this formula. This is important formula. W is equal to mu RT. Okay, right? Mu RT ln Vf by Vi. So for isothermal expansion means so you have to you can see the left side diagram isothermal expansion, which means Q is greater, means we are giving heat from outside to the piston. So when the heat is absorbed by the piston, the head of the piston is going up, which means the volume is varying and pressure also varying, right? So but we are maintaining the constant temperature outside, right? So again here in thermal compression, isothermal compression, we are compressing the head, and the volume is changing and pressure is also varying. So what tells us, isothermal expansion tells us that Vf by Vi is greater than 0 for expansion. Compression, Vf by Vi will be lesser than 0, which means greater than 0 means Vf is greater than 1. So means greater than 0, which means we will get in decimal numbers. So it is like Vf Vi will be greater. Vi will be greater than 0 and Vf will be lesser than 0, which means Vf is lesser than Vi. So now we'll see some example for isothermal process. So like a 0.5 mole of gas, 0.5 mole of gas at temperature 300 Kelvin. So at temperature 300 Kelvin expands isothermally from an initial volume of 2 liter to 6 liters. So it expanded from, it is initially 2 liters and it became 6 liters, means Vi is 2 liters, Vf is 6 liters. So they are asking, what is the work done by the gas? What is the work done by the gas? So estimate the heat added to the gas. What is the final pressure of the gas? So they gave the constant, they will get constant 8.31 joule per mole per Kelvin. Okay, right? We're going to see the so note it down and write the data, whatever data they gave. So we're going to solve the problem. So first step A. Okay, first A, what is work done by the gas? What data they gave? They gave moles. So number of moles, mu is equal to 0.55 moles. So 0.5 mole of gas. So next what we have to check is what is the work done by the gas. So what we are having, PV so one formula we are having that, so W is equal to, in isothermal we saw mu RT ln Vf by Pi. Is it visible? So this is the formula to solve. So first A we will solve. In A they gave mu is equal to this one. So real gas constant they already gave. R is equal to 8.31 joule per mole per Kelvin. So temperature, one more data is temperature. Temperature is 300 Kelvin. So T is 300 Kelvin. Okay, right? T is 300 Kelvin. That one is over. Next, so what data we want? Mu is over, R is over, T is over. So what is Vf by Vi? So Vf by Vi already we know that from Vi it is 2 liters and Vf it is 6 liters. So just substitute this data in this formula and we can get the work done. First one is what is the work done by gas. So work done by gas is nothing but 0.5 into 8.31 into temperature 300 into ln, okay, right, 6 by 2. That's it. So what is the work done? First, anyone? So we don't want to remove the log. So just you can put like this. So instead of ln, you can put 2.303 log 62. So work done, W is equal to how much? 1.369 kilojoule. 1.369 kilojoules. Okay. So shall we go? Shall we go to next? Next means B. Estimate the heat added to the gas. They are asking estimate the heat added to the gas. How to solve that? B. Heat means Q. You have to find Q. According to first law of thermodynamics, what we said? First law of thermodynamics, Q is equal to W. Okay, then Q is equal to 1.369 kilojoule. That's it. Okay, right? So if they, what is the problem is? So if they ask in some problems, they will ask to estimate the heat added to the gas or heat, but they will give this data only. Okay, right? We will get data for mu R T, for this data only we will get. So then they are asking for Q. How will you solve? So according to first law of thermodynamics, Q is equal to W. Then you should not confuse with this one. Okay, right? You have to just Put the answer as 1.369 kilojoule, right? If they don't ask, if they don't give the data for Q also, you have to solve like this one, right? So the C is, what is the final pressure of the gas? What is the final pressure of the gas? What is the final pressure? So shall I wrap? So they are asking what is the final pressure. So did they give the data for pressure? No. So how we have to solve? So we know that PI VI is equal to PF is equal to nRT, right? nRT instead of nRT only I am putting N only I am putting mu. Okay, mu RT. So what we have to find? We have to find final pressure, means PF. They are asking PF is equal to what? Okay. So how to find? Anyone? So what are all the data we are having? Anyone respond? We have to make it for CF, right? So then we will put as PF is equal to mu RT by VF. That's it. If you want initial pressure, you can use this formula. If you want this one final pressure, you can use this formula. That's it. So now PF is equal to mu RT by VF. So then now we are going to solve for what is mu? What is mu? 0.5 into 8.31 into temperature 300 divided by what is VF? 6. Okay, right? What is that? 6. So 6, it is liters here. So we have to solve for what is that? Instead of liters, we have to use in meters, because all SI units we have to use. Okay, right? So that instead of that, I am going to put 6 into 10 to the power of -3 meter cube. Okay, volume. It is volume. Okay, right? So 6 into 10 to the power of -3 meter cube. Okay, right? That's it. So now solve. What is the formula? What is the answer? 0.5 into 8.31 into 300 divided by 6 into 10 to the power of -3 meter cube. So one clue is the answer will be in kilopascal. Kilopascal. Anyone? So the answer is 20775 kilopascal. Okay. So first we found A is work done and B is heat added. Then we solved it by Q is equal to W. Now we solved isothermal process for finding the final pressure. That's it. So we go to next. So now we're going to see about adiabatic process. So what is the adiabatic process? So what is the difference between adiabatic process and the isothermal process? Why I suddenly bring adiabatic process here? Because there is a relationship between isothermal and adiabatic. So in isothermal, the temperature will be constant and pressure and volume will vary. In isothermal, in adiabatic process, the pressure, the temperature, the volume, everything will vary. Three will vary. So that is said to be adiabatic process. In an adiabatic process, the system is insulated from surroundings and heat absorbed or released is zero. Okay, right? The equation of state for an adiabatic process is given by PV power of sigma, right? Gamma means that PV gamma is for, it is an adiabatic component. Adiabatic component which is nothing but gamma is equal to Cp by Cv. So one more thing we have to look for temperature also. This is for pressure. Pressure it is PV power gamma. Here for temperature PV power gamma minus 1 is equal to constant. Is equal to constant. Is equal to constant. So here gamma is called adiabatic component. Gamma is equal to Cp by Cv. Cp by Cv we already saw. It is specific molar heat constant. Okay, right? Okay. Molar specific heat capacity at constant pressure and constant volume. It depends on nature of the gas. So now an equilibrium state. So we will take an equilibrium state that is like PIVI and TIVI. To another equilibrium state PFVF and TFVF. Okay, adiabatically, then it satisfies the relation. So how to satisfy adiabatically? It means we already know that is P1V1 is equal to P2V2. Like that, PIVI power gamma is equal to PFVF power gamma. Okay, right? PF. Okay, right? Next, for temperature, TIVI power gamma minus 1 is equal to TFVF power gamma minus 1. Okay, right? Okay. So next, now you have to see this graph. Here you can see when the volume increases, the pressure in isothermal, there is no abrupt decrease. So it is decreasing slowly. In isothermal process, it is decreasing slowly, and the volume is decreasing and pressure is also slowly decreasing. But in an adiabatic process, there is an abrupt decrease from in pressure, but there is no change in volume. Means not, there is some change, but it is not like that much recognizable in isothermal, right? So abrupt change in pressure, sudden drop in pressure, but there is no change in volume like we saw in isothermal. Okay, right? Next, that is expansion and now compression. So compression, like isothermal is going back, right? Isothermal, when we compress means decreasing the volume. So decreasing the volume, the pressure automatically increase, but it is very slowly increasing. The pressure is slowly increasing. If you give force abruptly, then the volume will decrease abruptly, or the pressure will increase abruptly in an adiabatic process, right? So this is looking like a PV curve or PV curve of an adiabatic process, isothermal and adiabatic process. Okay. ఓకే, తెలుగులో కూడా ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను. సో అదే ఇక్కడ ఐసోథర్మల్, ఇప్పుడు చూడు, ఇప్పుడు వాల్యూమ్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అయింది. వాల్యూమ్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అంటే ప్రెషర్ డిక్రీజ్ అవుతా ఉందన్నమాట. సో ప్రెషర్ అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఈ పిస్టన్ బయటకు వెళ్తే ఏమవుతుంది, ప్రెషర్ డిక్రీజ్ అయిపోతుంది, వాల్యూమ్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. సో సేమ్ థింగ్ ఈస్ హ్యాపెనింగ్ హియర్ in forward and reverse direction. Okay, right? It is going back, it is going front and back. That's it. So now work done by an ideal gas. Ikkada work done by an ideal gas in an adiabatic change ela icharu. ఇంతకు ముందు work done ఎలా ఇచ్చాము? work done ఇంకొకసారి చూసుకోండి. W is equal to mu RT ln VF by VI అని ఇచ్చాము. సో ఇక్కడ అడియాబాటిక్ ప్రాసెస్ లో వర్క్ డన్ నోట్ చేసుకోండి. అడియాబాటిక్ ప్రాసెస్ లో ప్రాబ్లం వస్తుంది ఇప్పుడు. W is equal to mu R T1 minus T2 by gamma minus 1. W is equal to దీనికి పెద్ద డెరివేషన్ ఉంది, but we don't want to derive and all because we're going to solve only for work done. So W is equal to mu R. Mu is nothing but number of moles. R is real gas constant. T1 minus T2 gamma minus 1. Okay, right? So now we are going to see the problem. Consider the air inside the pump. Consider the air inside the pump as a thermodynamic system having volume V at atmospheric pressure. Okay, consider the air inside the pump. Okay, as a thermodynamic system having volume V at atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure ante బయట ఉండే ప్రెషర్ అన్నమాట. రూమ్ ప్రెషర్ మనకి ఇప్పుడు ఉండే ప్రెషర్ atmospheric pressure and room temperature. Room temperature 27 degrees Celsius. Assume that the nozzle of the tire is blocked. A tire యొక్క nozzle ని బ్లాక్ చేసినాము and you push the pump ని push చేస్తున్నాం to a volume 1/4 of volume. Okay na? So push చేస్తున్నాం 1/4 of the volume. So calculate the final temperature of air in the pump. Final temperature, the air in the pump. Note చేసుకున్నారా క్వశ్చన్? ఏమేమి ఇచ్చారు? టెంపరేచర్ ఇచ్చారు అండ్ వాల్యూమ్ ఎంత ఇంక్రీజ్ అయ్యింది అంటే ఎంత ఇచ్చాము అనేసి, పుష్ చేసాము అనేసి ఇచ్చారు. ఓకేనా, రైట్? సో నౌ వీ గోయింగ్ టు సాల్వ్ ఫర్ ది టెంపరేచర్, ఫైనల్ టెంపరేచర్ ఆఫ్ ది పంప్. అంటే మనం ఒక ప్రెషర్ ఇవ్వటం వల్ల అబ్రప్ట్ గా ఇంక్రీజ్ అయింది అంటున్నాం కదా. ఇక్కడ ప్రెషర్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అయితే ఖచ్చితంగా ప్రెషర్ ఇస్ డైరెక్ట్లీ ప్రపోర్షనల్ టు టెంపరేచర్. సో రైట్, సో దెన్ వాట్ విల్ హ్యాపన్? టెంపరేచర్ విల్ ఆల్సో ఇంక్రీజ్. సో హౌ మచ్ ఇట్ ఇంక్రీజ్డ్ అనేసి చూద్దాం. So after this we'll finish off and we will see tomorrow.